Hey, it's Miss Keith with Journey of the Word Ministries, home of every name known to God, where we nurture relationship over religion, and all are welcome, regardless of your belief. Today's topic is mm, a question or an answer to a question, so to speak. What kind of God do you serve? People who don't believe or who doubt God's existence or blame Him for things say things like, "What kind of God do you serve?" or "What kind of God does this?" or "What kind of God does that?" Well, the kind of God that I serve is the great I am, Yahweh, the Alpha, the Omega, my everything. The kind of God I serve is selfless and not selfish. The kind of God I serve has rules and laws set up that benefit me, not just Him. If I do things the way He tells me to do them, it's a whole lot easier for me and things are a whole lot better. The kind of God I serve wants what's good for me, what's wholesome for me, what's fair and loving despite all the mistakes I make. The kind of God I serve will let me come back to Him after I've been away for months and Sundays and refuse to do anything that I know He would approve of, but He's still standing there with open arms. The kind of God that I serve loves us enough to let us stay here, even though we don't deserve it. The kind of God I serve lets me wake up in the morning, no matter what I did yesterday, and is giving me time to repent and get it right. The kind of God I serve puts food in my stomach. The kind of God I serve, He puts a roof over my head. He puts checks in the mailbox for me that don't belong. He gives me raises when I need them the most. He'll give me a job when I don't have nothing. He'll drop one in my lap that I ain't looking for. The kind of God I serve, well, like I said, overtime kicking in right on time. I got some unexpected bills coming in. I want to do some things. I don't have no other way to get no money. I'm exhausted. I can't feasibly, physically take on another job. What being you want overtime? Sure do. The kind of God I serve allowed me to physically do overtime for 2 months and do some other things, other type of work, and I had zero energy and 1,000% pain, and He let me get through it. That's the kind of God I serve. The kind of God I serve will be up at 3 o'clock in the morning when nobody else wants to listen to me, and let me pour my heart out to Him and listen and love me unconditionally. He loves me because of, not in spite of. The kind of God that I serve will see this sit with you while you're making your mistakes and not force your hand, but let you learn from them and come to Him and follow the right path. That's the kind of God I serve. I don't know what kind of God you serve, but that's the kind of God that I serve. The kind of God I serve wants nothing but good for me. The kind of God I serve came for the lost and not the found. The kind of God I serve has the ability to pass judgment on me, but lets me get to the end of the road and tries to teach me on the way there so that I'll get there. He ain't passing judgment on me like man does and wants to throw me away the same day or the same instance that I done did something, or want to smile in my face, but oh, the whole while He has cut me off. The kind of God I serve has loving open arms and lets my free will walk to Him. And He still accepts me no matter how long I've been away. The kind of God I serve still embraces me in my ups and my downs, in my doubts and my questions. The kind of God I serve paves the way for me everything that I need. So when you ask me what kind of God would allow this, the kind of God that will still allow you to breathe, even though your ancestors, your family members done everything but what He told them to do, and we shouldn't be here anyway. The kind of God I serve allows you to see yourself, really see yourself, and feel what's going on, for that you can learn and be better and do better. The kind of God I serve gives chance after chance after chance. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that His grace doesn't run out, but it does. But we have a forewarning. We know what the consequences of sin is. The consequences of sin is death. He tells us ahead of time. But we take it upon ourselves to do something different. And then we want to say, what kind of God would allow? Well, no. What kind of man would continue to allow when you already know what's ahead of you if you keep doing these things? Mm, pretty simple. So stop saying what kind of God would allow and what type of persons are still allowing this sin to enter this world. What kind of person is still allowing themselves to do things that they have no business doing? What kind of person is doing things that they know are going to affect generation after generation after generation? What kind of person has no regard for the next one? That's what you should be asking, not what kind of God. The kind of God I serve loves me unconditionally. The kind of God I serve gives me chance to get my stuff right. The kind of God I serve lined everything out for me. Everything, even though He didn't have to. From A to B. If I get lost, I just got to open that good book. Turn them pages. Read those pages. I find something that got to do with whatever I'm going through right now. But we choose to do elsewise. But the kind of God that we serve, or I serve, hopefully you too, will allow you to find your way back home. He came for the lost, not the found. Yes, you will be punished for your actions. You already know that. You already know that. But punishment is nothing but discipline. It's building. It's not tearing down. The kind of God that you serve, the kind of God that I serve, the kind of God I serve, tells me in a manner that's constructive, not in a destructive manner. Yes, he allows me to feel the pain of what decisions I made, but he sits there and feels the pain right with me and doesn't throw me away. Now, all the pain that we cause the Lord, all the pain that we cause him, all the suffering that we go through, he goes through it right with us. Because, see, we make up the church. We're all connected. Everything, just like the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, everyone is connected. So when you're in pain, he's in pain. When you're in agony, he's in agony. When you're down and out, he's down and out. It's not that he turned his back on you while you're going through this. He ain't turning his back on you. He's going through it right with you and waiting for us to make better decisions, but still loving us in spite of. That is the kind of God I serve. I don't really know what else to say. All I know is that there's nothing that anyone can show me or tell me or bring to me that will make me doubt his existence. He's come to me as a very young child, and he's been with me all the way, no matter what I've been through. It don't matter if a beating. It don't matter if it was abuse. It don't matter if it was physical, sexual, whatever. He has been there. He's allowed me to heal from my scars. And I'm not saying I've healed from everything, but he's allowed me to heal from them. He's allowed me to work through them. He's blessed me with a very large family. Um, we have 6. And my doctor told me I was gonna have just the one. Uh, he's blessed me with people as family who are not blood, who stepped in right on time, who was that shoulder or that help or that lean that I needed when I needed something in the physical presence. He put that there for me. He allowed, that's the kind of God I serve. He allowed my loneliness to not suffocate me. He allowed my brokenness to not suffocate me. He listens to me, he hears me, and he sends me word. If you just listen, he sends you word. When I'm depressed and I'm going through something and there's nothing wrong really at all, but everything is wrong. If you've never experienced something like that, you're very blessed. But some of us suffer from depression and other mental illnesses, and everything all up in there is going everywhere. Well, he sends me something. He lays, I feel, even though I'm not okay in my heart or in my mind, that I'm safe. I know he's there. That's the type of God I serve. And I will continue to serve him from just period. It's never going to change no matter what happens. Um, I think I've experienced just about every single thing that you could experience that has broken other people, and the God I serve has me. I'm still going. Yeah, I get tired. Yes, I want to quit. Yes, I do quit sometimes, but he won't let me sit. He won't let me drown in it. That's the kind of God that I serve. I'm grateful for every little thing because I deserve nothing. Um, that is what I serve. I don't blame God for any of the choices or circumstances in this world, any of them at all, because the story of Adam and Eve was so long ago. And we can read it, we can see it, we watch our parents, our aunts, our uncles, our friends go through these situations, but yet we repeat the same mistakes. We keep sin alive in this world. So the only person to blame is us. I thank God that he has not erased us. I thank God that he has not um flooded the world again, that he has not done another Sodom and Gomorrah, because this is definitely Sodom and Gomorrah all over the place. I thank God that I'm still breathing today, because I want to try and get it right. I'm not afraid to die. I can't wait to go see him, but I want to be able to go see him, so I'm grateful for the time he's given me to get it right. um I don't know. I don't know what else to say. The Lord tells me that what he wants for me, my eyes cannot imagine, and that he wants nothing but good for me. He tells me to follow his laws and make him number one in my heart, and to do all things surrounding him. And a lot of people think that if they are saved, that their life has to be boring, or that they can't live, they can't give anything up. I want you to really just think about it for a second. How hard is it really to live your life for the Lord? How hard is it really to apply his belief system, his laws, his principles to your life? What does it hurt to take away? Hmm. Let's stop. We're not supposed to be having premarital sex. I'm just gonna throw that right out there first. Uh, what do you benefit from being promiscuous? Nothing. Heartache, crying over some man or some woman that ain't thinking about you. Or you want to be, oh, I can be just fit. No, you can't. Because eventually somebody gonna bite you. So we got disease, excuse me, we got regular heartache, we got headache. I don't know why any man would want more than one woman anyway. Because, ooh, Lord. And I don't know why any woman is sitting up there trying to. Sorry that I got interrupted. I really don't know where I was at. But so you can drink, but you can't get drunk. When you get drunk, you get sick.
You can get drunk.
Sorry, y'all. My ugly kids keep coming in here and talking, and I have to push pause. You might hear my daughter at the last pause. Let's see. We talked about being promiscuous. We talked about being drunken. Thou shalt not steal. Go to work. Exchange some goods. Exchange services. You steal, you end up probably going to jail, or you taking from someone else who's worked hard. It's not a good thing to do. It's not a good feeling if someone's ever stolen from you. You know how it feels to be on the opposite end of that. So there's no justification for that. Lying, half of y'all can't remember the lies y'all tell. They dumb. It ain't for no reason to lie, because ain't nobody got no heaven or hell to put you in but God. And you're making up a story that you got to remember over and over and over again. And then that person doesn't trust you. And then you become known as the liar, or the person that's on something all the time. You want nothing to do with that. I don't even think I got to say nothing about killing nobody. These are just the basics. Being kind and reverent to one another. And everybody know that an envious person is a troublemaker. Don't covet thy neighbor's wife. Oh my God, that's so hard to follow. Nope. You don't want nobody taking your spouse, so don't be trying to take theirs. I mean, it's common sense. So what rule that you have to walk that would hinder your time or make you have a bad life? I ain't heard none yet. Not one. You can do things responsibly. You really can. There's no reason to be just so. If you have to drink to the point where you're drunk, and drink to the point where you have no comprehension, drink to the point where you're numb, you're not feeling, honey, you got something else that's going on in there. And when you sober up, it's still there. And 9 times out of 10, you done something else while you was drunk, or said something that's going to cause another layer of problems for you. So centering your life around what God does or does not approve of, it's not taking away from anything for you. You can have a good time. You can socialize. You can go out. Just don't do nobody else wrong. Don't do what you don't want done onto you, to another person. Kill, steal, lie, cheat, destroy, fornicating. Now, it's not going to kill you to live right. It ain't going to hinder your life to live right, because nowhere in the Bible, that's my problem with religion, does it say to become a martyr. Nowhere in the Bible does it say to not smile, to not laugh, to be broken, to not have money, to not enjoy yourself. It doesn't say any of that. That's stuff that we added to try and victimize ourselves, to act like we're doing such the right thing. That ain't what God wants from you anyway. He said, I want nothing but goodness from you, nothing but love, no fear, hope. That's what he said. So that's what we should be doing. So don't worry about if you choose to walk the path of God, or what kind of God would you really be giving yourself to. You're giving yourself to a selfless God that is not objectifying you or not looking for what you can do for him, but what you're doing for him is benefiting you. It's a win-win. He's giving you a better way of life so that he can enjoy watching you have a good time. what do all parents want from their children? They want to see them grow up. They want to see them be happy. They want to see them be successful. You take joy and pride in watching them do little things, making little steps, even correcting mistakes makes you feel good. So how do you think that God feels? Um, it's no different. So don't be afraid to change. Don't be afraid to embrace God. Don't be afraid to get a relationship with him. And the next time that someone asks you, well, what kind of God would allow such and such, tell them plain and flat out, just like this. God, what kind of God allows us idiots to keep making this world like it is? A loving God, a graceful God, full of grace and mercy, that's trying to get us right. And hopefully he don't get too tired of us and we stop doing that on our own. Hopefully. Hopefully this world won't be full of all that nastiness. Because hopefully we'll learn before his grace and mercy runs out. That's what kind of God we serve. He's just and fair in everything that we do. I hope you guys have a blessed week and thank you for joining me. I will be going back to um, the seven deadly sins, but God didn't give me anything to speak on yet or any topic, so I didn't want to approach the subject. He gave me this and one other topic. I don't know if I want to do a real quick one in the middle of the week. It depends on where he guides me, but we will get back to the seven deadly sins as long as he is telling me what to say here. You guys have a blessed week, and thank you for joining me at Journey to Word Ministries. I hope you have a great day.